What's good, everyone? It's your boy LDAWB coming at you, and I hope everyone is having a good day so far. Hope everyone's staying indoors from this virus. Please use wisdom if at all possible. I hope everyone's doing okay. This video is a continuation of the very first part of the series that I made with the top 5 LBGs. Now, before I even go on and talk about what they are and even initiate this video, I want to say thank you for all of the comments and messages that I got from that video. I did not even think anyone cared enough to message or even watch that video, but thank you for giving it attention. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all of the recommendations as far as y'all's favorite lipo guns. It's really fun to just share and talk about what they are, but that video was made a very long time ago. It was made before Safi Jiva even launched, and so now I feel like it's my responsibility to go ahead and update you guys on my current top 5 lipo guns that I am currently using in Iceborne. So with all that said, thank you guys so much again. This is my list, guys. This is not the end all be all greatest ever OP tier list of the best. This is just mine. If you don't agree with any of them, I encourage you to create your own list and share and talk about what yours are in the comments below, just like in the first video. But again, enough chitter chatter. Let's get on with it with number 5, guys. Did you like that explosion? I didn't think so. Anyway, number 5 goes into the Boltshot. You can see here, I have it on Pierce duty because it holds an amazing clip size of 9, as you can see here. Obviously, the Boltshot shoots decent thunder ammo damage, and it does a really good job. I did a solo run of Safi with no energy, solo full siege, in one of my runs in one of the videos that I did before to see a demonstration of it. But here I have a build of what I currently use, and this particular build is for the tempered Nergigante. And as you can see here, I have 2 recoil suppressors and 1 close range mod and a power barrel. Power barrel, for those who don't know, is exclusive for Pierce. And I'll get into what all of this is, but for the most part, this is kind of the build that I use and I rock with. Obviously, razor sharp charm is a necessity with this thing here. Instead of crit I use attack boost. And for the majority of the guns that will follow in my list in regards anyway, attack. For some reason it does better as far as the output of damage than crit I. Don't know if that's something that alludes to the armor of the full set as well. As you can see here, I use the full Safi set. You don't have to incidentally use the full Safi set. You can use 3 parts of the Safi and 2 of whatever you want. But to go back to attack boost, yeah, it's going to be pretty much the go-to as far as damage is concerned. I don't know why. It's just, as far as my runs are concerned, attack just does better. I just can't explain it because I'm not really a tech kind of person. I'm just only interested in the results. But here, you can see here with the awaken abilities, I have these mods. So if you're able to craft a Boltshot, craft 2 of them, if possible, 1 for thunder and 1 for Pierce. Pierce, in this case, with the Boltshot, holds 9, which you can't pass up. And these abilities as follows. Here's kind of the reason why I use close range up for this, because in this particular fight with the Boltshot, I'm very close to Nergigante in dealing damage, and so I want to make sure that I'm capitalizing on DPS, capitalizing on my distance from where I am versus where the monster is. And so that's that. Later on, maybe I'll make a video on, you know, the necessities of some of these skills, because I'm still in bewilderment of how many people don't know of some of the mechanics surrounding using a light bow gun, or any of the guns in particular. So this gun is amazing, and it's my go-to for Pierce, but it's not my only one. Does it beat the Crimson Kadashi? No, heavens no, it's nowhere near it, but it's a good alternative, and it does its job, and it packs a punch, as you can see here. So yeah, that's Boltshot for you, Safi Boltshot. My number 4 would have to go to the Xeno Ninquina Plus light bow gun. Now this gun is attained by completing the Xenojiva light bow gun tree by using Safi Jiva parts. After you've beaten Safi Jiva, you're able to craft this weapon finally. And this gun, when I had first had it, side story, I didn't care for it because of the fact that I did not understand why this gun had the capacity of holding all of the elementals. But that's coincidentally why it hit me square in the face, and upon using it, of why it's so good in the first place. You can hold up to 7 with all of the elements. As you can see here, freeze ammo. I can use thunder ammo. Granted, if I wanted to use a freeze set or a thunder set or a fire set against a particular monster, you can build a build around it with this gun. Now it's 7 because of the free ammo up perk. Obviously I have razor sharp charm to generate an extra clip. So this gun is great. Single shot, I know that's kind of not rapid fire, and I understand that it's not very popular, but single shot is very effective. It actually does its job fairly well if you learn how to navigate and use this type of gun. Never underestimate single shot. It's actually a very, very powerful way of shooting. So this is a fairly good, not a very frequent weapon of choice. I'd bring this for group hunts more so, not for speed runs or solo speed runs in general. But again, here we are with the full Safi set. Like before, attack boost. I got the free ammo up, as you can see here, crit boost. I do not have weakness exploit, and I don't think I want to talk about why. I just don't think it's needed to have it in these elemental bow guns, because that's what I like the most in Iceborne. I'll talk about it later. But did I show all of the mods for this thing yet? Obviously, granted, I was, budgeting and taking off some of the elemental augmentations and placing it into other guns. As you can see here, like I said before, all 7 with flaming, water, freeze, and thunder. It's very good. You can also go with Pierce. I don't know about spread. You can obviously here go with normal 3s. You can see here now with the mods here, for a specific reason. I got 2 recoil suppressors, and I have 2 reload assistants. You can see here I'm shooting and reloading really fast. Shooting, as you can see here, and reloading really fast. So the purpose of that for me is to just continually attack, continually put DPS into the monster. So that's why. But that's pretty much it. Xeno Ninquina. What a name, right? Xeno Ninquina Plus for my number 4. My number 3 choice would have to go, obviously, to the Boltshot 2 from the Fulgur Anjanath. Speaking of single shots, this in my opinion is one of the best fire light bow gun sets so far in Iceborne. This is not a Safi gun, unfortunately, but I am using, just like before, full Safi set with 2 recoil suppressors, 1 reload assist, and a power barrel. I know I mentioned power barrel before, and you're probably wondering, hey, you just talked about why power barrel was good for Pierce. It's also good for elemental damage as well, elemental ammo, as it goes through the monster. It actually helps with the damage going through the monster, the trajectory of where it goes, and it helps with the damage. It has very good attack and good affinity with the Safi armor, plus the 40% crit affinity bonus. I have a blaze charm here. You can replace that blaze charm with a razor sharp. Here is an alternative build. I have a crit eye and an attack boost build, so I pretty much lean upon resentment just like the other builds that I've used before. No weakness exploit, free ammo up, as you can see here. It's a very good gun. Any monster that is weak against fire, I use this gun all the time against Velkhana. I've done a run against Velkhana using this gun. It's a terrific gun, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. Just a forewarning, when you're using these guns, you're not going to really see an exponential change once you make the gun. It is only until you have properly augmented the gun fully, 100% augmented it, that you will actually see the actual effects of the gun, of the maximum capacity of the gun. So just remember, you're not going to see any change when you first make it. It's only when you fully augment the gun to the max you will see a big difference. And I think a lot of people just forget that whenever they're crafting guns and weapons or anything. They just think the first, I'm going to be a god, or I'm going to be just like the speedruns that I see on YouTube. And no, you actually have to spend the time to actually max out and augment the weapons to see an effect. So anyway, that's it. I love this gun. This gun is amazing, and Velkhana is basically dead against this thing every time I use this gun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a great gun. I really love this gun. It's terrific. My number 2 would have to go to the prime time, the Thunder Lightbow gun, God tier gun, the Horizon Zero Dawn Adept Stormslinger. I did a review of this gun, or the prototype, or the beta, whatever you want to call it, the alpha of this gun in one of my videos before, and the gun was great. I loved how structurally it was very good. Very, very, very good thunder attack. But ever since this thing came out, this thing is just, it's a little unfair. Again, I cringe sometimes when I watch that first video, because I was talking a little bit off the radar about my philosophy on lightbow guns. But this thing, it basically proved me wrong in that video, because this is the best thunder ammo lightbow gun in the game. But aside from the fact that it shoots the best thunder ammo, it has, as you can see here, I have 3 sets for the Horizon Zero Dawn set. Full Safi set, as you can see. You can replace the shock charm with razor sharp charm. I'm guessing the role of why I have these 3 is just for one of them is to just exclusively use the power source mod, and the special ammo boost that you get from this gun is just ridiculous. When I first saw what it could do, I just facepalmed the entire time. The fact that you're able to kill like anything weak against thunder is just, it's just god tier at this point. And I feel a little unfair because us PlayStation guys have access to it, but no one else does. But this gun is very particularly important because if you were to use this gun properly, and obviously using under the circumstances of special ammo boost or special ammo, can't even talk right now, you can go all the way and shoot and make a build that's pretty much oriented to heroics and moxie to capitalize on a very ride or die set, or you can just do this way and shoot continually and just leave the last two or the last shot open. And it takes a little bit to get used to, but you can continually attack using this method. I use this method a lot with Safi Jiva and shooting its legs to get it to where I want it to go. But if you're able to like maintain that shooting, I'm gonna go rewind all the way back. If you're able to just continually shoot, and this is with the Safi armor, and you can die if you shoot or hold the firing button. So just keep that in mind. But again, I go back to just being, you know, just radially, just being steady with it. Don't get too trigger happy with this gun. But if you're able to maintain that, it's a great weapon to have. I did a review of this before with the alpha set. This particular build gets an A+. Hands down, an A+. The only deficiency with this thing is the fact that it has horrendous reload assist, of which you can quarantine. You can actually fix that with a build. Hence why I have 3 builds. I think one of them actually has a reload assist mod. But can I show a build of this? Let's see. Here we go. So this one is particularly used for the special ammo. That's it. And doing like speed runs of like no more than 5 minutes. This is a very fun one to do with Gold Rathian in the arenas. That's a lot of fun. But that's really it. Horizon Zero Dawn gun, Adept Stormslinger, A+ weapon. A lot of fun to use. And my number 1, with no surprise whatsoever to those that know me, the Aquashot, the ultimate light bowgun in Iceborne, in my opinion. The best light bowgun so far. And if you have not made this weapon by now, what are you doing? Because this gun is amazing. It's the best water ammo gun. It's the best in terms of sticky ammo, because it actually shoots like the Blackwing bowgun, like I mentioned in the first video. Shooting sticky 3s while moving is very important, and it actually does great damage with Pierce as well. So you already have 3 things that this thing can do already. This should be on the top of your list as far as guns to make from Safi Jiva. If you're ever even remotely going to use a light bowgun at all, and while Safi Jiva is still around and kicking, please, I beg of you, please, out of all honesty, make this gun, because this gun is terrific. It's amazing. It's great, as you can see here. Look how fast you're shooting water here. You're shooting it really fast. It's a very trajectorily, cerebrally fast gun. I was actually very surprised how fast I was shooting this gun. Now granted, this is used with 4 recoil mod suppressors. I did a lot of testing with this, and it's actually better to use those 4 with this particular gun. You can either replace one of them with a power barrel if need be, but as far as the difference between those 2 is very small. But regardless, the fact that you're able to use stickies and pierce it just blows my mind still. I mean, if you hadn't guessed it by now, I use like Aquashot in predominantly the bulk of my runs now, and I feel so bad because there's no originality when it comes to like the weapons now, because that's all I use. Sad to say, but it's terrific. Safi Jiva is weak to water, so if you're wondering, use this gun against Safi Jiva if at all possible. Safi Jiva is weak, if you hadn't guessed it, to elemental damage, so use water if possible, and use this gun because it's terrific. It's the best. I hate to be a record player, but it's the best water lipo gun in the game here, and I was able to effectively beat Silver Rathalos. This is not my fastest time, even though this was a very fast time. Full Safi set, as you can see. You can alternatively not use Flood Charm. You can replace that with Razor Sharp. I don't have all of the jewels per this video, but if you're able to get particularly water or stream +4, you should be able to balance out the water perks or the water attack when replacing Flood Charm. But here, as you can see here, reload assist, 3 attack mods, increase mods, and elemental capacity 3. The reason for the reload assist is that the Aquashot is horrendous in loading a weapon. So you can alternatively have the first 4 here at attack and elemental capacity, and replace one of the mods with reload assist if need be. But this is my set in regards to water for the most part per this run. I think I had maxed out on here we go. Again, going back to what I said before with augmentations, you're able to see the full effect if you are able to augment all the way. And so that's that. You can see all my skills here. As you can see, maximum might. Yeah, it's a good gun, guys. But were you surprised? Were you honestly surprised that it was gonna be the Aquashot? Honestly, it's a great gun. What can I say? What can I say? And that is it, guys. Were you surprised it was gonna be the Aquashot? Honestly, at this point in time in this game, in Iceborne so far, hands down, my opinion, and I'm sure it's many others, the Aquashot is the best lipo gun so far. Now, I hope that we're able to get new lipo guns with Fierce, Rajang, and Raging Brachydios coming out very soon and around the corner. Hopefully we can get some better lipo guns. Not that they need better weapons at this point, because they're really, really good, and I'm so happy. I am so jazzed and so excited that the lipo gun finally gets the love that it deserves, because it was just not. It was good in base game, but in Iceborne it just made it more accessible. It just made it more fun to play with. It had variety. It had power behind it, and obviously there's always a level of skill involved when using the guns. But the important thing to have when you're using guns more than anything is to know, you know that old saying, know your enemy. As long as you know the monster that you're fighting against and you're properly equipped, then you can fundamentally be very deadly in combat with the right gun. Not just really the right gun, but your favorite gun, just as long as it's accessible. But anyways, guys, enough with the thematic preachy teachy stuff. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, you guys, and I'll update you guys on yet another top 5. I did not forget the heavy bow gun list, and I will have that out very soon. But anyways, guys, that's it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe again, and much love. I appreciate all you guys, and I'll catch y'all later in the next video. Peace.